we recorded. We have a YouTube channel exclusively for our Vibe owners that have all the past Thursday Vibe meetings on them. We had some affiliate meetings. All those are available as well too. JC, I don't think he's on our call yet. He's my assistant. He's our assistant. And what I've been asking him to do is, after we end up downloading or uploading all of the videos, to repost the same link in our owners chat. So it'll be like, hey, if you guys want to view, it'll give you access to, to this meeting and then anything in the past. So if you guys are wanting to, like if you want to binge watch these Thursday Vibe meetings, I tell you what, some of them are really good. Sometimes I impress myself. I think the one we did last week was really good. I don't even remember what we talked about, but I remember it's really good. So, Mick, do you guys, anybody remember? Mick, do you have any, what's your big burning question that you want to ask either myself or the community as you're waiting to get your Vibe?
Well, I'm not very familiar with WhatsApp, but I don't think there's a way like to do a search, right? Like I'm used to having Facebook groups where you can go in and put like Alzheimer's and then find out what people have, what kind of results people have with certain things. There's nothing like that with this group, right?
Unfortunately, we don't even even if we had that data. Okay, so let's put it this way. Even if we had that capability, we don't have that data. It's really interesting you bring that up. Actually, nobody's ever really asked me about that. See, everybody, this is how things evolve. And I used to make protocols. I'm kind of in the industry of keeping things. I tend to downplay what the results are that you can get, instead of saying, hey, Alzheimer's for this, Alzheimer's for that. I tend not to say label things. I think more for legal purposes, personally. I think the cool thing about working with sound, it's a loophole. Like, light is very regulated. Lasers are very regulated. There's really no regulation for sound. And that's part of the reason I started working with sound in the first place. I mean, two parts. I asked myself, how can I deliver how can I deliver the highest potency delivery system into the body to receive information and medicine? And I was on that journey. I was like, okay, what about sound? And, how do we vibrate the connective tissue? Because it's slower than light. And the other is, what's something that is kind of off the radar? Because just a little setup to this, in 2000 and what year that was, 2011, I think. I was working for a biofeedback company, and it wasn't our machine, but there was maybe 3 machines that were all kind of doing kind of the same class of things, and they got outlawed in California. And the owners of the company, they tasked me with rebranding the entire basically the whole device, and redo all the materials. And so we worked a lot with how you can be using words that you can really work with versus things you can't. Now, that also being said, you can't get in trouble for talking about process. And so, Mick, going back to you about Alzheimer's, I look at Alzheimer's, I put that into the neurodegenerative category. So what else is in the neurodegenerative category? Well, Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. I mean, those are the biggies that most people are going to be having, but then really also neurodegenerative conditions. I think depression, anxiety is in that same category. I think it just shows up in different ways, even spectrum disorders, ADD. I think a lot of these are different degrees of neurological degeneration, and I think that the pathophysiology is really the same. Inflammation, neuroactivation, stem cell activation. But what we do have
individual policies in Ohio,
one second.
that you might be able to help and give you direction. And she said,
Boom. What neurodegeneration, all these different categories all come down. What we do have though in the Vibrafile app is 21 preset protocols. And so when you go there, we wrote them in very simple terms, meaning you should be able to look through there, and if any of those words sound interesting to you, click the button and play it. So that's the intention with those protocols. Yeah.
If I may, Stephen, I'm going to comment about what you just said, because I understand you can't legally say things.
Yep.
I can.
Okay.
So what I'm going to say is this man that is speaking is very modest, in my opinion. His invention is absolutely amazing. And I'm going to tell you that for me, I had a tremendous amount of PTSD, a very sensitive soul. First time I got on and did a 30-minute spectrum track, I stood up and I was like, my brain was in water, and I was like, whoa, what did I just do? And, it just blew me away that doing that on a regular basis completely removed my association to things that I could not let go. And I tried acupuncture and therapy and everything you can imagine. And I'm so shocked. I say this to Stephen all the time, that the level of change at 60 some odd years old that I've experienced from using the V.I.B.E just since April has been absolutely freaking amazing to me. I mean, and that's not an exaggeration in any way, shape, or form. The other thing is, you're welcome. And the other thing, Mick, that I wanted to mention is on the WhatsApp, even though Stephen, like he said, he knows he's being careful, he's a smart man. You're going to read on there people just like me talking about the V.I.B.E and saying and asking specific questions just like you did. And you're going to see different clinics, different people like ourselves going, oh, hey, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, we've heard this. I mean, I've read and I've got in a book a screenshot of somebody saying that literally cured Parkinson's tremors for one of their clients.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, Stephen's going to be very careful, and I respect that. He has to be. He's a smart man. Like I said, I can't say that enough. He's going to be very clinical and careful about what he says, but hey, I don't have to be. And I'm going to tell you point blank, that thing is freaking amazing. That's really awesome. Is. It really is. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Phil. I would like to make some corrections to what you just said. And I also would like to make a comment about that amazing shirt you're wearing.
Thank you.
I love that. Oh my God. Wow. That's even more amazing.
Thank you.
Actually, I was at some new friend's house last night here in Tulum, and he had this really cool, like, travel electric guitar. And he had a little mini version of what you had with the wah-wah pedal, but it was like tiny and a little, I mean, it was perfect for me because I could travel with it instead of you having that big thing, and it sounded amazing. And I was like, so I'll send you a picture of it, but I want to get, that's probably my next.
I want to get one too. So send it to me. Yes.
Okay. We have a community here, and it's all about sound, light, frequency, and vibration. I wanted to make some in relevance. I feel like the shape of this meeting here today is kind of going into compliance. In 2011, when I said we had that issue with the company with the machines getting banned, the way it went down, and just to let you know, they were biofeedback devices, and our machine was called the LZR7 Laser Allergy Relief System. That's what it was called. The LZR7 laser allergy relief system. And there was another one called the VI.E.S 2000 or something. And then there was like a third one. I can't remember the name of what that was. But they were all basically like treating allergies. They were kind of like these allergy treating machines. Anyhow, it wasn't our machine, but I think really what happened was one of the practitioners put in the newspaper, cure your allergies here. And then somebody went in and they didn't get their allergies treated and they brought it to their medical doctor, and their medical doctor called the board, and then the board did and that's how it all went down. So I would just say, in terms of Phil, and you'll get to know if you come to these weekly meetings, Phil's always on here and he's always giving me praise, which I appreciate. And he's got an amazing story, as do most people on this chat, on this video call here today. But I would just invite you guys to come from a place of, just tell stories. Hey, there was a woman on our chat that had relief from their tremors. Great. In my practice, we had this, and this is what happened. Hey, this is what happened to me. These are all things, especially if you're having one-on-one conversations, when you're putting things online. And if you watch our Instagram page, we put a lot of testimonials. We can do that all day long. If somebody's like, hey, I was suffering from this cancer, and I don't think we'd post a cancer one on there. That's just a little too extreme, even if it happens. But if people are telling their stories, we're totally able to share them. And I think the best thing to do with all of you guys from a marketing perspective, I've always done this, by the way. Even before social media was around, I was on YouTube and I was making videos. Just as a little side note, if you're curious to look at some old Dr. Schwartz videos, they kind of blow me away, actually. But if you go to bioharmonictechnologies.com, go to playlists, and I think it says like vintage Dr. Schwartz videos or old Dr. Schwartz videos or something like that. We have maybe like 100 videos of me in the younger days, doing some global traveling, but also I have a lot of testimonials of my patients and just having these incredible results. And it wasn't with the V.I.B.E. It was with my biofeedback systems, lasers, other things, just all kinds of things I did in my practice. So just to show you, though, that's what I'm doing. You guys can do the same, like quick little 30-second videos. If somebody, are having a powerful result.
Raise my hand.
What happened? You're seeing somebody on the V.I.B.E. Hey, do you mind if I take a video? Do you mind if I take a video? And if they're like, well, then no, then it's a no. But if they're like, oh yeah, sure. And if their hair's messed up and their eyes are all popping out of their heads, perfect. That is like what you want. You want those like not perfect videos. You want to see somebody just in the midst of that transformation, and just whatever comes out of their mouth is fine. And I encourage you to just start collecting them. On my phone, I have.
Oh, he's gone.
I'm back.
All right, there you go.
I'm in Tulum, Mexico. My Wi-Fi here pops out from time to time. I don't know how to fix it. So these are just some pro tools on how to really take videos, because they're easy. It's great content to put up on social media. Tag us, we'll share it on our page. And so yeah, these are all great things.
And I agree with you that I want to stress, I never say what I said during these meetings, to a customer or anybody I contact. It's just, when we're talking here, those are things that I'll say because I know, it's happened for me and others. But yeah, definitely marketing or talking, website, talking to anybody. Yeah, I don't say those type of things. I just know it for myself and things that I've seen and heard, and I'm going to brag about it left and right on here.
Go for it. And listen, you're allowed to share your stories in your that you personally have. You could tell that story all day long. because it's your personal story. I would just be cognizant of where, remember when we had an issue, somebody made an advertisement in the newspaper, and then somebody didn't have the results, and then they went to their medical doctor. So all I'm saying is these are things, people are strange. People are strange. And so just where you are, just make sure that just keep vibing with everybody and everybody's good.
I'm the one that raised the hand.
I see that.
I'm the one that's nice.
We already know that.
I wanted to tell you a story.
Go.
I have a client. She's a college professor. When she was a teenager, she says she did a lot of heavy duty drugs and ended up in the hospital. She was there because her liver stopped working. She was in the hospital and they had everybody come to visit her because they said she was going to die. And she laid there and for 7 days, and her liver started working again. She is written up in the medical journals because of this occurrence. So she now is having tremors. She has gone to get diagnosed whether she had Alzheimer's or anything like that. She doesn't have any of them. She said she not only has the tremors, but she also
It's foggy brain, she was saying.
Well, yeah, she said it's foggy brain, but she has perfect eyesight, but she sees foggy sometimes. Yeah. So I put her on neural regeneration, and we have also tried immune booster
and visceral
emotional. But I noticed this morning that her tremors had subsided a little. So do you feel that those are the correct options for this situation? Because in my past experience from life, living with a person with liver disease, that the tremors are something that comes with it. And I don't know if maybe that's an after effect from that.
Yeah, I think so. There's a couple of different things. This is what I really liked about biofeedback. Is I always said it made me look a lot smarter than I really was. Like you could go in and because it tells you, boom, it says it right there. There's your, there's your food allergy, there's your emotion, there's your, trigger, and then you just treat it, and then boom. But as we are here in this place, yes, there's two things. I mean, neurodegenerative, I think that's a great place to start. Liver's always detox, so cell cleanser. I think that's part of that protocol, I believe, that you're talking about. So yeah, I mean, and if you're seeing the results, then keep going. Some of the things you hear me talk about this all the time, and
I bet you're going to say, give a person their power back and intention.
I'm not going to say
that's
that.
What I do.
But no. that goes, you hear me say about this all the time. When people are toxic, one thing that's really good to add, and you guys aren't really, I got to get maybe a link where you guys can buy this, but I always would recommend lymph drainage. I see Dr. Deb's on here, but I don't know you through Cellcore. We met at Radfest. Yeah. So, but do you work with Cellcore? Do you familiar with Cellcore?
I don't work with them, no.
Do you? So I like their products. I like their lymphatic drain. I used to work with Physica. I don't really work with them anymore, but these are like homeopathic lymph drainage remedies. As a doctor, I got them. I don't know. I really don't see them out. That's usually not something that the typical masses are just like, oh, I'm going to go get some homeopathic lymph drainage. But I'm going to see if I can get, one of the things we're looking on in 2024 is to kind of have a list of things that I'm recommending that, if you guys want to just click on the button and order them for support. I'm trying to get that dialed in for 2024. But just as a general rule, lymphatic drainage, because really, what does it do? It opens up the lymph system, which is what pulls away all of the toxins out of your blood. So as you're going through working with this neurodegenerative process and the tremors, I feel like really the tremors can be from a couple different places. One, it can be a secondary detox process, can be from a neurodegenerative process. It could come from a couple different places. It can come from cellular memory.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's why I went where I went with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that right from the very beginning, because when everything I've learned from you, and it makes sense to me. I've mentioned this to you before, Louise Hayes, You Can Heal Your Life.
Mhm.
And when I first got that book, I told you I almost died from my teeth 25 years ago. And that was one of the first books that somebody gave me. And that whole concept just blew my mind. And be here 25 years later and learning it from you on a whole different level with the vibe is really interesting. That trauma, whatever it could be locked somewhere in your body and manifest in that area. And Cell Cleanser literally pulls that stuff out of those cells, the cellular memory, cleans out the cellular memory. That's an amazing concept.
Exactly. So, and another aspect to throw in there, body clearing instrumental, because you go through and you listen, sometimes you might want to put somebody on body clearing instrumental every day for 6 months. You're just working on clearing cellular memory. It might just be, and I'm making an extreme case, but I mean, you never know what's going on.
Yeah.
This is an interesting comment I'm going to make. You know how I refer to all of you guys in the community? You guys are all vibrophiles. We are all vibrophiles. And if you don't know what that means, file means loving. So we all love vibration. And I just know my community. Like you guys, we are all the same in some way, shape, or form. We all connect on the same level around understanding the power of sound, light, frequency, and vibration. I think everybody's got a new way of thinking in this group. I just know you guys, and you guys know me, and I appreciate this. And now we know Mick in Denver, who I'm very happy that we have a vibe in Denver, as well. But anyhow, there was a guy that reached out to me. I don't even remember how I met him. To me, he called me in Vegas when I was just at the show for 11/11. I don't remember how he got his number, but he lives in the Yucatan, and in a town that I've never heard of. And anyhow, he reached out, and he lives in actually a really beautiful part of the Yucatan, which I haven't been to. So I was like, cool, like I'll bring up the vibe and let's meet. I've just been really busy getting ready to leave on my trip. And I'll plug my trip real quick. I'm about to leave to Nepal and then Bali and then Thailand for the month of December. And I'm bringing the vibe. I'm doing these retreats and I'm going to a whole new part of the planet. And lots of amazing things are opening. So anyway, I've been busy doing that. And we were going up to Cancun today to pick up someone. And he's kind of over in that area. Anyhow, he's not doing well. He's not doing well. He told me that he's like an ex-military. He's dealing with depression. He's dealing with suicidal thoughts. And he wanted to come meet me and I wanted to come meet him. And then I was like, do you want me to come? And he's like, no, don't come. And I'm not going to go. But I just feel I'm sharing the story with you because there's this kind of technology. We treat a lot of vets, and there's a lot of opportunity to really clear this cellular memory of really hardcore. I mean, the stuff that he was just sharing with me on this text. And I'm with Linda. You guys all know Linda. She's outside on another Zoom call. We know each other from Tulum. She just arrived and we've just been tag teaming this all week here with stuff, and she's always open for a good healing. She's always like, let's go heal somebody, you know? And but the invitation isn't there, but it's leaving me feeling a little, I'm just sending him some love and energy. And you guys all have the capabilities with this, because everybody knows veterans, everybody knows people with trauma, and it's simple. Just put them on the vibe. Body clearing instrumental. To have them breathe, give them some water, hydrate, vibrate, gyrate. And you know, I wanted to share a story about some of the PTSD stuff I worked with. One guy actually was listening to Spectrum, and it seems to happen a lot with this particular track. I'm surprised that Linwood's not on here. Linwood and Donna. I'll give them a shout out. They've been wanting me to do an album showcase every week. So what I'm about to share with you is about Spectrum. So I think I'm going to do an album showcase of Spectrum with you this week, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. But I've had multiple people. The intention of that album is for brain nervous system balancing, and it's great for ADD, depression, anxiety, and the specific frequencies that it works with is between 40 and 60 hertz. And where I got these frequencies specifically is from vibroacoustic research. And they did it specifically on working with the hypothalamus and brain disorders. That's where I came up with these frequencies. Now, on top of there, I layered the phi ratio. On top of there, I have special sacred geometry that's supporting it. I have different theta brainwave states that's involved there. So I start layering all these things together. And what I found is that, I mean, this is great for spectrum disorders and things on the autistic spectrum world. What I found is the people that are on the spectrum, they tend to feel better, meaning just more centered, more grounded. People that might not be on a spectrum, which I think is a minuscule amount of people. I think most people have some levels of spectrum disorders. And especially since they've expanded the definition of what's considered to be on the spectrum disorder. Before we get off this call, I'm going to share my screen and go over the circle of what's considered to be on the autistic spectrum disorder, because if you don't know what's on there, it's very interesting. But anyhow, with this, I've also found that people have like DMT experiences. And do you guys know what DMT is? Go ahead and just give me a little thumbs up in the chat, or a little yes or no. But it's a psychedelic, and it's found in bufo, it's found in ayahuasca, it's found in different plant medicines that are popular right now. And it's a consciousness expansive drug, medicine. And in terms of this, I feel that people report that they have like a DMT experience with spectrum, and that it increases people's creativity. And another great byfactor, if people are having problems sleeping, there's two kinds of people that can't sleep. People that can fall asleep but can't stay asleep. Those people have burned out adrenals. And then you have people that just can't turn their minds off. They lay down in bed and it's like, oh my God, I got this meeting tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't let this go. Whatever's happening in your mind. Those people, spectrum. Play spectrum. And you're like, well, then how are they going to go to sleep? You know, like maybe they need to buy a V.I.B.E and put in their house, you know? So that's one way of doing it. They can download the app, which I want to give you an update on in just a little bit. But anyhow, the reason I'm bringing this up is this veteran, he was laying on the V.I.B.E, and I don't know, halfway through it, he like jumps up and rips the headphones off and was like, dude, why would you ever put kill, 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 kill in your music? And I don't have kill, 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 kill in my music. but that was what was being brought up for him in his cellular memory. And I can tell you that there's been multiple on occasions of people telling me that when they listen to Spectrum, that they hear things that just simply are not in that music, which is really interesting to me because I'm the creator. So I can tell you, kill, 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 kill is not a lyric that I put into his
I've
music.
heard people say that about abundance.
We had that problem. My wife is a 30-year paramedic with extreme PTSD, and she got off Spectrum, and she's on the Spectrum and all that. And she did Spectrum one time, and she's like, they kept talking to me, but it was medical speak. They was talking, it was like medical diagnosis from her years in the field. So whatever you did, it brings it out of people. That's for sure.
That's where I think lymphatic drainage is really good. And there was some comments in here, energetics and Bio. These are like made for practitioners. So I'm probably gonna, I like Cellcore. I have a relationship with a lot of Cellcore practitioners. We're probably gonna make that something regular that you can either order through us and then you can use, but it helps also. This is where hydration is really important. Hydrate, vibrate, gyrate. It does three things. What water does: holds memory, clears, holds memory. Wait, wow. Now it just clears memory. And wow, see, I can't. Phil and Rose, this is your test. What does water do? Oh, it's conductive. Thank you. And the third one is the most important one I'm bringing up right now. It dilutes and detoxifies. So whenever somebody's having this episode, kill, 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 or, whatever's going on and these things are coming up, one way you can support all of your clients is through hydration. And if you need a water structuring device, we have an amazing water structuring device that I have here. I'll show it to you. Welcome to my home in Tulum, everybody. You always see me traveling around, and I have check out. This is my Pluto gong here. I got a bunch of didgeridoos that I play. Didgeridoos. Phil, here's my new guitar. Can you see it?
Nice.
That's the Poseidon. That's my electric acoustic guitar. And anyhow, but what we have here is this is my, where is it? My water structuring device. It's called UMH. It's on our website. And you always hear me talk about the vials. That's what's inside of this ball. You can't see it in here, but this company basically programs these vials through quantum computers for structuring the water and really raising the vibration of the water. And then you drink it, you raise your vibration. This is like maybe $1,200. So it's not that expensive. It might be 15. I have to check, see what it is, but it's a one-time purchase. We have a bigger one that's like 2,800. But you can, if you own a home, you can install it and it does your entire house. I think it's pretty inexpensive with zero maintenance. But these are the kind of things that, in these vibe centers that we're working with, these are fundamentals. It's the first chapter in my book, Primal Resonance. And for some of you that are new, this is my book, Primal Resonance, Discover the Secrets to Health, Vitality, and Optimal Human Performance. If you guys are looking for an amazing book this holiday season, send them my book, Change Your Vibe, Change Your Life. See, look, I even have my banner right here. Change Your Vibe, Change Your Life. So these are some of the things that can offset the vibrational responses. Minerals. I was just down in Sarasota visiting one of our Vibe owners when I was shooting. I think I told you I shot to be in another movie. I'm going to be in 2 movies, which is coming out next in January. I want to share them. share that with you. One's called Beyond Physical Matter, and it talks about consciousness. We just posted consciousness and quantum physics. I think we just posted the trailer in the owner's chat. If not, I think we're making up some little graphics that you guys can see. But when I was down there, I got this from Patricia Starr, and it has minerals from 5 different continents. It's salt. And I've been putting this in my water every day, and just increases my conduct, because minerals increases conductivity. So, you know, these are simple, low-cost additions of things that can increase your clinical outcomes. And, you know, and what kind of salts? I mean, if you can't get the fancy, you can message Patricia Starr. This is a little bottle. She had huge bottles, and she gets it from a specific source. So she's in our owner's chat. And if you don't remember, here, I'll put her name in here, Patricia Starr. Okay, so Dr. Deb, you're not in the owner's chat. We'll add you into the owner's chat.
I have no idea what the owner's chat is. I thought that was the WhatsApp, so apparently I have that confused.
That is the WhatsApp chat.
Okay, well, I put in a comment or a question the other day, and you responded to ask the question in the owner's chat. So I was
Oh, you might have been in the
wonderment.
Okay, you might be in the affiliate chat. Are you? I'll add you in.
Apparently,
Do me a
you
favor,
have an
just
owner's chat that's a WhatsApp.
just send me a message. Just say add me in the owner's chat. Just send me a message, and I'll add you in.
I did that too.
Okay, do it again. Sorry. Okay, so I want to make you. I'm going to tell you guys something.
Me too, because I thought there was just the affiliate chat.
If you guys want to get anything done, don't ask me. Okay. If you ever want to get anything done in this company, I'm not the one to ask. What I would recommend, though, and this is actually a really good topic to bring up. If you ever need anything, the best way to do it in our app here. Let me do a couple of things here. Patricia. Patricia Starr. I think it's just one R. She's the one. Yeah. Emsley, Linda, or Phil. I love that. Yeah. That's funny, Phil. Yeah, you gotta, I think that's a little bit of a joke, but that's funny. Ask Emsley or Linda. Also, JC, who is not on this call. He's our company virtual assistant. He's awesome. But really what I was going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. And I was going to show you, since we're here. Go to our website. And listen, I apologize, Dr. Deb, if you have some frustration with there, but down here, this little corner, this is our little chat bot. V.I.B.E setup, order shippings, return exchange, V.I.B.E Tech affiliates, contact us. And then you can just contact us. And then right here, you could send an email. This goes directly to us. Are you a new V.I.B.E owner installation that takes you to what department you want to go to? General support. Hey, I want to be added into the owner's chat. Put that in general support. And then that gets the right departments get that and can add you. And honestly, if you catch me when I'm in Tulum, or you catch me, I can do it. Usually if it's something on top of mind and I can just like add you in real quick, I'll do it. But if things get lost in my feed all the time, so I apologize about that. Since I'm sharing a screen, but we've been working really hard to have each one of these go to the right person and they all get the alerts. So it's super quick. Like once you do it, whoever in our team is going to get it and get back. And I also would like to apologize a little bit for Linda. Linda, I mean, she was traveling all around Europe. She lives in Tenerife, the Canary Islands. That's where her family lives, and she kind of splits time between here and Tulum. And it's there's a lot of travel going on. So there's been the one thing that's not stopping is this company. Sales aren't copying, phone calls aren't stopping. So we're pretty much running a virtual. Everybody here is all over the place. Linda and I do a lot of travel. So we're trying to set the systems up to take care of everybody the best we can. And if things slip between the cracks, I apologize in advance. We're working on all the systems to make that much smoother. So thank you for your patience. And let's get you in the owner's chat for sure. And at the end of the day, I'm here for the next couple of days. If you want to send me a message, you can do it, or however you want to do it, Dr. Deb. We'll get you taken care of. Since we're here,
Thank you.
you're very welcome. Let's put in this, since we're talking about spectrum, let's go to spectrum disorder. This is a really fascinating chat. Really fascinating
Morning.
chart. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen this, and this is updated, by the way. Can you guys, let me see if I can make it bigger. There we go. So this is everything that's considered to be on the autistic spectrum disorder. So if anybody, so you think about, oh, autism, I don't have autism. I think this is why I think like everybody, according to this chart, this pretty much classifies almost everybody. So attention deficit disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, specific learning difficulties. I mean, isn't that everybody? This could be your teacher as well, too. You could have like solely issues with like teachers not knowing how to, you know what this is? This is new earth disorder. We're going to call that like, people that are coming to this planet having new earth disorder. That's like specific learning disabilities. ADD, I mean, attention hyperactivity, anxiety. If you guys aren't familiar with what Tourette's syndrome, it's like these like neurological twitching kind of happen, like even a lot of times in vocal, like stuff like that. Oh, this is ODD. What's ODD? Okay, obsessive compulsive disorder. This is obsessive something else disorder. Developmental coordinated disorder. Griffled?
The defiant disorder.
Oh, defiance. Okay, obsessive defiant disorder. That basically means that everybody in the Middle East is on the spectrum. So that validates that everybody needs to get on the vibe. And they need to listen to spectrum. Thank you, Dawn.
You're welcome.
Griefed? Does that say griffled? I'm not sure what that is. Sensory
Gifted.
integration.
Gifted.
Oh, gifted.
Gifted. Yeah.
Gifted. Okay.
And ODD, it's not, it's oppositional defiant
Oh, I was like,
disorder.
either way.
Either way.
Oppositional defiance disorder, obsessive defiance disorder, but either of those things, you're on the spectrum according to this chart. They've added in, I remember when I looked at this chart, like how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I remember there used to be 8. It was like OCD, it was ADD, ADHD, anxiety, OCD, auditory processing, and I think depression. That was what was on the autistic spectrum disorder not that many years ago. Gifted. I love that gifted is on there. So if you're on the spectrum, you are a gift to society and to humanity. Sensory integration disorder. This is what I was actually diagnosed as a kid. Sensory integration disorder. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was into this auditory processing. And as an adult, I see a lot more of this now than when I was a kid. Actually, I actually see it. But I was diagnosed with this as in the early days of Dr. Schwartz. So I'd love to hear some comments. Is this kind of, kind of shocking a little bit? I think there's a lot on that. So who do you know that's gifted? Who do you know that has oppositional defiance disorder? Oh, and with that being said, anybody that has oppositional defiance disorder, here's what you tell them.
Go vibe yourself.
Yeah, what exactly is that?
What is it? It's a sticker.
Yeah, there's a sticker. What do you mean?
No, what exactly is,
It's when you have trouble with authority, like anyone who
well, that could be
tells
me.
you what to do.
There is,
I know, but it's extreme.
Yeah.
It's
I go
extreme,
against what
yeah.
someone wants me to do at all times. I do my
Exactly.
own.
And that's why you're on the spectrum. And we love you and you're gifted. And you're
My
gifted.
son is gifted. My son is gifted, but he stays on, what is that? Ritalin? Not Ritalin.
I don't know.
It starts with an A. That they
Adderall.
give Adderall. He stays on Adderall
Yeah,
because
get
his
him
mind
off
is
that.
constantly moving, but he won't come do this.
So, oh well, he needs, yeah, get him on the vibe.
I'm trying.
Is this, hey guys,
He
give me,
works for
I want to do a little
Microsoft.
check-in. I want to do a little check-in with you guys. Is this all good information? Give me a little thumbs up or thumbs down. If anybody's bored or if anybody is wishing that I talk about something else, please post it in the chat. But this,
I'd like to say, I also, my son is on the spectrum, and I bought the Vibe for him. It's in our bedroom, and he was like, oh, I love it. And now it's like, I have to like beg him to use it for 10 minutes. And I was thinking, I have the volume all the way up and all this. And you were talking about pregnancy, how you should like do it lower, like like start slower and lower. So
yep.
I'd love to hear about that. Like, I mean, I want him to enjoy it. I don't want to ask him to do it. I want him to like be like, oh, I'm going to go vibe. That's what I do. I'm like, I'm going to go vibe. Like, so do you have anything for our children who are a little, you know, reluctant, or they just move all the time? So laying on the Vibe is like, you know, not exactly normal for them because they're constantly moving.
Yes.
Can I make a recommendation on that?
Yes, please.
Go ahead. You Dawn, you
so
talk
my-
first and then I'll follow up. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
My grandson, he likes getting on the bed, but he has sensory processing disorder, ADHD, and giftedness. And I started, we listened to the actual music, but just through a large speaker at night while we're sleeping. And we listened to it the whole night. So you can play the whole spectrum thing through it with the body instrumental and everything. And we listen to it the whole time we sleep. We turn it on to go to bed, and it's on when we wake up in the morning. We shut it off. And it has made an incredible difference in his the way he presents himself, because he used to like not care about anybody else's emotions, or he didn't even really understand that other people had emotions as well as him.
How old is
and
he?
He just turned 10.
Okay.
And we started this about a year ago, and it has, I mean, he is on medication, but his medication is getting less instead of more. As he's doing more of this, and he's become a kind, loving child. And he still has his moments of he's got to run and dance and whatever, but he's much more calm, and he's in a special class in school, and now they're starting to put him in mainstream, where he's going to regular classes, where he couldn't even be able to talk to someone before. He would just attack them because they were too close or they were in his area, you know. So it has made a huge difference just to listen to the tracks while we're sleeping, without the bed, but just the tracks themselves. And it really helps to do the vibraphile, because I used to listen to YouTube and they blare commercials in the middle of the night and all of this.
Yeah, totally.
The vibraphile doesn't do that. We just get to listen to the track the whole night, and it just makes a huge difference.
Well, there's another aspect, if I may, before you say something, Stephen, that I want to comment that I heard in the beginning of starting this back in April being part of the chat. And our experience was we had it at the house. We put Rose's daughter on there, my daughter's boyfriend, and they both had kind of a weird reaction to it. Her daughter really freaked out. My daughter's boyfriend was like, oh man, that kind of brought up some stuff. One of the first things we heard then, and I heard somebody say this before the last lady spoke, about the volume and the intensity of the vibration. And I remember right from the beginning hearing, you say, Stephen, turn it down,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I don't know that really, just cognitively, it kind of didn't make sense to me. And then, I tried it, and I noticed, well, I don't know if I really feel it. But since then, what has happened is I personally, finally, about a month and a half ago, I did Transformational in Abundance on a 28-day thing to see if that would really change me, that whole 28-day change thing. And I decided right from the beginning to turn it way down to where it was really just kind of a trickle on my spine, very low volume. I was shocked at how much it put me to sleep. It put me in a trance. It was so much more effective in how it really affected me. And I think that bottom line, the human thing is we think, oh, I got to be able to hear it loud. I got to be able to feel it. I got to be able to sense it. But it's an energy field, and it doesn't matter how intense it is. And maybe again, from her daughter's reaction and, my daughter's boyfriend's reaction, I think the intense vibration, the intense sound kind of startles you. And I remember what you said, Stephen, is it brings things up in people. So, if you're intensely bringing something up out of somebody that they're already having a hard time internally, they don't even know it, dealing with, they're going to go, oh crap, what's that? Oh my God, I can't handle it. And where it's gentle and it's a trickle. It's interesting how that is so effective. Now, my daughter, she's got anxiety. Her mother died back in 2014. And she's dealing with some stuff because she didn't deal with it when she was 9. First 2 or 3 times, she kept saying, Dad, turn it up. Dad, turn it up. I insisted the 4th time, remember? Hey, let's put it on low, Liv. Let me put you on there. That kid got up off of there at 19 years old, Stephen, and was like, oh my God, Dad, what did you do to me? I'm high. Oh my God. And it has noticed since then, us putting it at that level, it's had a tremendous effect.
Love that. Thank you for sharing. I love the evolution of watching Phil go from being, and Phil and Rose going from being, in monkey mode with the vibe into turning into Sonic alchemists.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
sir.
from doing our protocols for 28 days in a row.
Yeah.
And I love
really
that you're
paying
using that
attention.
protocol. It's kind of a lost protocol because when we moved away from CDs, all that stuff got, okay, I have so much I need to share. Like you guys touched on so many different things. One, I want to give you an update on Vibrational. We're trying to put the final touches on this thing in the next 24 hours. I'm trying to have Vibrational released. We're probably going to release it to our closed community here, the 2.0, with all the working bells and whistles with everything, by December 1st, which is like tomorrow, maybe September 2nd. I mean, December 2nd rather. So, and it's going to be a whole new look, whole new thing, all the features working. It's going to be dope. So, look for the new, if it doesn't happen in the next couple of days, it's going to happen soon because we're finishing it up. So you guys all have to look forward to that. I've literally been working on the 2.0 for over a year. So I'll be super excited to have that going. And yeah, so I wanted to say about the Vibrational. Once that comes on, we're going to be adding more content to it. So we're going to be expanding our library, which is really great. Phil, the point that you brought up about, okay, where did this Gene brought this up originally, right? This was Gene's original question.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I want to go back. I'm going to take this on a couple different levels here. Number one, this technology is made for the kids. And what Phil said with the intensity, I think is 100% spot on. But the number one thing that I would recommend for your kids is have them pick the music. So all the kids nowadays, they're not kids, they're adults. They're little indigo children, they're little star seeds, they're little rainbow children, little crystal children. They don't need to really talk to you. I really want to talk to you. Okay. I don't know your kids, but I'm just making some general statements. Like, empower them. They want to choose. They want to listen to their own music. They want to listen to their own videos. They want to listen to all their stuff, whatever's on their Instagram, whatever's on their, whatever they're doing, they want to do it. Super Gen Z, I think. That's like super Gen Z. So I'm going to share the screen again. And you guys, I'm going to show you, this is Emsley's project that I'm super proud of what we're working with here. Video and resources page right in the middle. If you guys have not explored this, this has all these awesome videos talking about my music, the science behind my music, welcome to the Vibe Tribe, I don't know, all kinds of stuff here. Ooh, these are our brand new setup videos. I haven't even seen this. I have not even seen this myself. So thank you, Emsley, for creating this. These were like made in a Hollywood studio. So super high quality, 3.1, 3.2 setups. But I wanted, here's my book. You guys can order it and watch it here. How to become an affiliate here. But this is what I want to show you, the music menu. So if you don't have this, download this and have this next to the Vibe. So Gene, give this to your son. Honey, what do you want to listen to today? And have him pick. And whatever it is, I mean, dude, there's some cool stuff on here. Is this a spaceship ride to Pluto? You know, who doesn't want to go to Pluto? Spectrum, you know, brain nervous about who am I, transformation, abundance, cellular tune, energy clearing. Let these kids just pick something. You know, there's something on here that they're going to pick, even if it has nothing to do what you think is relevant to them. Just let them listen to whatever they want. So that's number one. Just let them get used to listening to it. Number two, calibrate the
Sound?
the vibration. Calibrate the vibration to something that would be accommodating. Hold on a second, I lost you. Hold on. I lost you guys. There we go. That would be calibrating to them. And ask them, hey, do you want this high, low, or medium? I told this story multiple times on this chat. I'm going to say it again because it's relevant right now. My sister, if you want to follow her on Instagram, Photo Queen Helene on Instagram, she is like a photographer for music, for concert, for live music. It's her passion. Obviously, I make music stuff too, so it's in our family. But when she's also a projector, we actually have very similar human design charts. And if you don't know what that is, I don't have time to get into it right now for another talk. But first time she got on the Vibe, I had it all turned up and she's like, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. I had it 90% turned down for my sister, which totally was not what I was expecting. And then she dropped into this, like, she dropped into another dimension. And I was like, I really wish that she would get on it more. Just come to me. And she lives next to my mom, you know, like just go to my mom's. And, you know, of course she's complaining, you know, what kids do, you know, doesn't matter how old you are. You always complain about your parents, right? So I'd love to get on the Vibe more. So that would be a really good recommendation, is really just have them adjust the volume, have them adjust, you know, the vibration, have them pick the music, and they're going to start picking their favorites, and it's going to suck them in. And you know what? If they don't like any of the music, Mom, I don't like any of the music. Cool, honey. What do you want to listen to? And then they'll be like, oh, I want to listen to whatever their music is. And they can listen to their own music through the Vibe. And then you can even say to them, you can listen to any music you want, but I ask you, can you set an intention? Ask them to set an intention again on the vibe. Whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Just that they do it. And maybe their intention is, oh, I can't even make something up. I have no idea what your son would say. But whatever it is, it's perfect. And then let them vibe. And then
what I've been doing is like, I'll be vibing and I'll just say, come lay with me. You don't need to put the headphones on, just come lay with me. But I like the idea of letting it play at night because it is in our bedroom. So are you saying you let the whole playlist play, or you have like an album on repeat?
Are you talking to me?
The lady who is the grandma. My son's 9, so similar to your.
I was muted. Sorry.
Use
Yeah.
the sample thing.
So I pick an album each night. So we have been listening to oh my goodness, which one is it? It's the one has the spectrum, the body, energy.
Oh yeah, energy clearing.
Okay, so we're listening right now. We're on a 28-day path of energy clearing every night.
Nice.
So we're listening to the same one every night right now, for 28 days, and then we'll switch to another one.
Okay, I love this.
I love this call, by the way. I just want you to know, you said like some of these. This is why we archive these. JC, please make sure to archive this. But yeah, these are great. This is great content you guys are sharing.
Roger that, totally.
I want to say this is what I love best about my job. What I do is I empower you guys to guide yourself through how to use this. And you guys are doing a great job. I mean, seriously, I'm very proud of all of you, of how you're navigating this technology intuitively, and you're doing great. So keep doing what you're doing. I wanted to wrap up with what Phil was saying. I was exposed to my first mentor, Mr. Ed Bender, in 2012. And my vision to make the sound, actually, before I tell you the story, we have a special guest in the Planet V.I.B.E Ground Zero Planet Space Station, aka my house in Tulum. We have another person behind the scenes that you guys really want to know about, and I hope that you never get a chance to interact with them ever. And who this person is the one and only Nick Taylor. And if anybody ever has an issue with your vibe, whether it's any kind of setups, anything goes wrong with your tablet, this is Nick right here. You want to say hi?
Hi guys, how are you today? Nice to meet you all.
He's a Brit.
Hi.
And he helps me with the R&D, with the vibes, troubleshooting things. When we're working with the wiring, things break, it goes to this guy, and he's the one that's fixing it.
Okay, I have a question, and this might sound really silly. Do I just unplug my headphone to let the music play on speaker in my room?
Do you have to? Do you want
on the tablet? Yeah, if you just unplug from the tablet, it'll play through the speakers in the tablet. And you can also use a Bluetooth speaker. So if you want to just listen to the music on something like a bigger set of speakers, you can connect it to, Bluetooth speakers are quite easy to find, or somebody can just plug in with the same cable as well. So you've got some options to be able to enjoy the music without the vibrations.
I have a big Bluetooth speaker that I had gotten for karaoke purposes. And so I just Bluetooth it through that.
Yeah, you can totally do that, of course.
Here you go. I don't think we did this. Here we go. Now we can see Nick. You can see. Can you see us?
Yeah, we can see him.
Okay, good. Thank you, Nick. So yeah, he's having to be here. We had kind of an emergency situation with my vibe that I'm getting ready to take to. Guys, I'm taking a vibe to Nepal, by the way. I'm flying a vibe to the Himalayas. We're going in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to the base of Mount Everest with the freaking Vibe. Are you kidding me? I'm
You're
like,
taking us. You're taking us.
I'm like, I'm still kind of like, Schwartz, what the heck is going on here? We're making special precautions to get this thing on this little and then I'm taking it to Bali. I'm taking this Vibe to Bali, and then I'm actually going to Koh Phangan, and there's no way to get there but by boat.
No, I'm good, honey. Without the big time.
So we are this Vibe is going to go around the world, and I had a little bit of a situation, and Nick literally got on an airplane in Tijuana and flew out a Vibe and delivered it to us this morning.
Yep, today, overnight flight.
And so this is what's going on here, so we can make it. And you know, he's usually in his shoes and his jacket, so it's been about a 3-hour process of having him decompress here in Tulum. But you know, he's got some shorts going, he's got a cool shirt, and he's feeling the vibe down in Tulum. And actually, I want to make one other cameo while we're here. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Yes, of course.
And everybody knows Linda, right?
Hi guys. Hello.
Hey.
We're doing magic here in the background. I can't wait to see you at the I4M.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're ready.
So everybody's hanging out at the Vibe portal here in Tulum.
We do.
Yeah,
We're
Linda
having
just got
a
here.
Mexican version. I'm multitasking right now.
Yeah, she's on a Zoom call, so I just want to say hi.
Too. Love you guys.
So yeah, this is what's happening here. It's like we got a little commune happening, Vibe commune. But listen, I want to end this call on this information I wanted to share with you about Ed Bender, because he was my first mentor in the vibroacoustic space, and I had that's what I was going to show you. And some of these pictures are missing; they've just kind of got lost in the world. But I've had these pictures in 2009. If you guys don't know the story, I started producing music for the body in 2007. In 2009, I had a download, a vision to make a bed for my music, and I couldn't get out of my mind. I ended up going back to Denver. I was 3 hours south in these hot springs. I was toning in these hot springs in Denver, southern Colorado, and I got this vision, download, activation of this thing called the healing pod. And I was just driving back to Denver, and I said to myself, I need a concept sketch artist. Where would I find such a person? And I pull up in front of my house. My neighbor walks up to me and says, Steve, great to meet you. I'm moving. Here's my card. He's a concept sketch artist. And I'm like, where are you moving? And he said, just downtown. 3 days later, I did a brain dump, and he made me all of these concept sketches in 2009 for most of them are missing, actually. I mean, I have the physical ones on my phone I could send you, but he made me all of these like templates. And like, these were things that came through. This is like a control panel for the Vibe, what we're still working on. This was in 2009. See, look, Bioharmonic Technologies, 2009. This was like a transducer. Like, I had no idea even what but this is what came out of my head in a concept sketches. And then we had all these designs for the Vibe, and I have them. I can share them. They're on my phone, but I don't have any more. But I've literally had these since 2009. So anyhow, in 2012, I got introduced to a gentleman named Ed Bender, who was making vibroacoustic sound beds, which was a term that I had never heard of before. And he shared a universe of research with me. And this was 2012. So I'd been researching frequencies hardcore since 2007. I had a whole music library. I still have of all these frequencies collecting, and I started crying. I was like, this is a thing. Like, this is like, people are researching this stuff. And so I immediately made all of those research frequencies into I added them into my collections, and that's spectrum is from some of those vibroacoustic researched frequencies. And also the ones that are in Cell Cleanser as well. And let's see, those two. And then I have some other ones that I haven't even put into music yet. They're on my computer in my library. So once the 2.0 Vibraphile app comes out, we'll start making some more music in 2024, which I'm excited about. But anyhow, Ed Bender shared all this information with me and really exposed me to vibroacoustics. But what I learned was that the way that the early founders, what is the word I'm saying, forefathers of vibroacoustic research, here's what they would do. They would have a vibratory membrane, whatever it is, different things, but they would bring it to a point where you could just barely feel it, and then turn it down a little bit. So they were adding the vibration into the body at a very subtle level. And we're getting great results. So what's happened is I think that we live in like a hypersensory world where like when we're going with the vibes, it's like a sledgehammer. It's like, oh, like who wants the ride? You're like, who? And we take these things to Burning Man. We take them to festivals. We have them next to sound stages. Lots of things like that. And so sometimes we're in competition with other vibrations where it's appropriate to have things turned way up. In fact, Dr. Deb at the Radfest this year, I'm not sure if you saw what was the kid's name? I'm trying to think. It wasn't Austin. Did you see like the kid? He was basically catatonic. Really interesting story, which still every time I think about it kind of conjures up some things. But essentially he drowned. His mother forgot about him in the bathtub and he drowned. And they resuscitated him, and now the kid's living as kind of a vegetable. And he was there with his father, and his father's doing all he can. And they're like, can you help us? And we put him on the V.I.B.E. And I just said to myself, what would I do? Like, it goes into like, the kid drowned. Like, there's nothing really wrong. Like, he obviously has hypoxia. He obviously has cellular memory. But you know what came to mind? I was like, the kid just needs to get like woken up. Like he's like stuck. And you know what I did? I played Abundance. And I turned all the vibrations up as loud as I could possibly do. Not in the ears, but in the vibe. And I wanted to just like literally shock him out of this catatonic state. I think, and did it work? I don't know. He wasn't, I don't know. But the reality of it is that I didn't do that right off the right. Like I didn't do that first. I started with subtle and turned down, and I played this track and that track. But then I don't know, just intuitively, I'm like, what's really going on here? And I just blasted them. So I think when you're making clinical decisions, I always ask people, why would you do that? And your answer doesn't even have to make sense, but if you can justify why you're doing something, that works for me. Why would you play that track? Because
intuition.
Okay, because intuition. That works for me. Because X. If you can give me an answer, it's okay. Now, might I tweak your thought process as a teaching opportunity? Yes. But if you're like, well, I don't know, then that doesn't work for me. But if you have an answer to it, so the reason why, Dr. Schwartz, why would you play Abundance at 100% for this little kid? because I'm trying to shock his system out of this fight or flight response. And I want to bring him back into his body in beta brainwave states. That's why. Okay. Give me an answer like that, and it works for me. We'll see where it goes. But I wanted to finish, to close the loop on this is my old mentor, when I made my first vibro, I made, what was my first, like, when I made for him, I think was Cell Cleanser. One of those albums. And they were like, oh my God, it's so vibrational. Like they freaked out. But intuitively, I was getting that that's what we need. So you guys, you know, try it, like the babbling brook. You know, it doesn't need to be, you know, feel into it. And know that part of the protocol is having extremely low vibration. People on spectrum disorder, like that are hypersensitive, they really, like if you're just touching them, they could freak out from that. So they might be experiencing massive hyper stimulation through very low stimulation.
Yeah, see, my grandson, he has the sensory processing and modulation disorder. So he's fine with it being loud when we don't have headphones on, when it's coming through the Bluetooth speaker. But with the headphones, it has to be turned down all the way where you, I mean, you can, outside with him having it on, you can't even tell he could hear it, but he can hear it. But he's like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Perfect. And because I want to let you know, the mathematics in my music is targeted specifically for the connective tissue. And so it is going to create a big thing, a big activation. Okay, I'm going to wind down.
You know,
No,
I just want, sorry, one thing.
No,
It just, you know, it reminds me of homeopathy, like less is more.
Exactly.
And I know he's, you know, he's sensitive to noise and he's sensitive to everything. So it's like, what's loud for me is extreme for him. So I am so inspired. I'm going to turn it all the way down, vibrations low, sound low, and I'm going to have him pick the track and we're going to just start over like from scratch, like this new experience.
And post it in the owner's chat that I'm going to be adding Dr. Deb to. And actually, JC's here. Can you assist Dr. Deb getting
And
on
Don
the
Crawford.
on the and who else?
Don Crawford.
Okay, actually, could just post in the chat. Everybody that is on this call that's not in the owner's chat, post in the chat, and then JC is going to assist you into the chat.
Yeah,
And so we
totally.
can do it even easier. JC, just post the link actually, so they can just join. That's probably even easier.
Totally. No worries.
Everybody, if you don't know JC, he is one of the biggest assets to our company. He's in the Philippines, always got a smile. If you have a customer service question, it's probably him that's answering you. And if you really need anything, if we could keep him 24 hours a day, we would. But he really fills in a lot of the gaps around here and is doing an amazing job for us.
Thank you, JC.
You guys see, by the way, I'm introducing you to all my team. Everybody's got a cool vibe, right?
Yes.
Everybody's got a cool vibe in our company. So a couple of things I want to plug for you guys. Tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time, I'm doing a webinar, probably going to be the last webinar for the year. If I do a webinar in December, it's going to be someplace magical. Or it could be some airport somewhere, but who knows? Was that
Nepal?
I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to be in Nepal in December. I won't be doing it in the beginning of December, but I am planning on, at this point, I don't know exactly. I think I'm planning on doing the Thursday calls. I need to see what actually, you know what? We could probably do them. It's a 12-hour time difference. So for your time, we're not going to be in a retreat at that time. I'll probably be more like sleeping.
Ready to pass out.
Yeah. So, but so it's not like we're going to be in the middle of doing something. So I am kind of wanting to do these Thursday calls. We might do them a little modified. We might do a short pop in, but it'll be fun to do them because I'm not sure where I'm going to be for the next couple of Thursdays. But they'll be on location. So we shall see. Stay tuned. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Cool. And if I don't do it, then you can watch the reruns on our YouTube channel. And JC, do me a favor. Just, I know we talked about this. After this is over, actually, can you post the YouTube link that everybody has access to? Can you put that in the Zoom chat? And then make sure that you post it in the affiliate chat and the owner's chat.
You got it.
Okay, thank you. So what was I just saying? Oh, we're doing a webinar tonight at 8 o'clock. If you have anybody that might be interested in purchasing a VIBE, wanting to know more about a VIBE, we're running a special between now and the end of the year, $500 off. It's our Harmonize the Holidays sale campaign for the end of the year. So if you guys are either looking for another VIBE or know somebody that is talking about getting a VIBE, this is the best time of year to purchase a VIBE. We're probably going to be offering a little extra discount if they come to our webinar tonight at 8 o'clock. So all you have to do, actually, JC, once you post the registration link in the chat as well, and you guys can just copy and paste it and share it on your social medias, or just keep it in your whatever, in your notes, and share it with whoever you want. And thanks for vibing with me. And I invite all of you to go vibe yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you tonight.
Happy holidays. If I don't see you guys live in the next month here, and oh wait, actually, did you post everything, JC?
He put the webinar.
Yeah. I'm on my way.
Actually, we're gonna keep this going until JC posts everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
And back at you, Stephen, with love, go vibe yourself, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually came I came back here. We have some R&D we're doing on some next generation vibes, and we had some technical issues. That's why the infamous Nick Taylor is here. And all I really wanted to do after 3 weeks of traveling hardcore was vibe myself.
Yes,
And,
I understand.
I binge vibe. I tend to binge vibe because sometimes I don't get a chance to get on the vibe as much as I'd like when I'm traveling all these places. So I know how it goes.
With that said, my friend, I didn't say anything when we did our A4M get together on the 19th, but on the 15th, I got in a car wreck right outside of our shop here, and pretty much wasted the front end of my truck, the one that you saw that I brought to the convention here in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my back is not exactly in the greatest shape, but the wonderful thing is I got on the VIBE yesterday and did sports recovery, and I got up and went, oh, hey, I feel way better.
Good.
So I know for a fact on many levels, the VIBE and go vibing myself is what I need to do.
Okay, so let's talk about this. This is a bonus as we're waiting for JC to post everything up here. I think the one last thing that we need to do, JC, is post the link for the owner's chat. Make sure you get the link to owner's chat. This is a little bonus. Auto accidents. The number one thing that you do with an auto accident is body instrumental with energy clearing. You got to clear that cellular memory. Also, if it was like emotional, like feel like, oh my God, I feel really emotional. Go through cellular attunement and see which ones are on there. Just to see what's going on from the emotional perspective. But listen, wound healing of the upper and lower
Anger?
extremities. What's that?
Anger?
Resentment,
Okay, yeah.
fear.
For all that, that's all in cellular attunement because it's
Yes.
happening in the cellular memory.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But listen, that low hanging fruit, wound healing of the upper and lower extremity, universal V.I.B.E, which works with stem cell activation, cell cleanser,
Yeah.
cell cleanser, anti-inflammatory. These are all, specific for post-accident stuff.
Yeah, it's helped a lot. I've done cell cleanser spectrum. I haven't done cellular attunement, but that makes sense because after having that happen, you're really nervous about driving and you got anxiety about it. So yeah, I'm sure that would help.
Great. Exactly. And then Gene, wait, was it Gene? I think brought this up. Is Mac still on here? We lost Mac. Okay. Gene brought up about how this is like homeopathy. This is sonic homeopathy, everybody.
Yeah, I agree. Amen.
That's what's happening. So that the principles that we're applying through homeopathy apply through these V.I.B.E systems. And what if they say like that the energetic signature is more powerful than the physical instance itself? Your memory of the trauma is more powerful than the actual physical impact itself.
Yes, I feel it when I drive.
So if you're feeling like anxious, anxiety, all the things about, we were actually just talking about this yesterday. Go in and identify that emotion, and that's cell cleanser and cellular attunement. That's like you can spend, a session doing that. Or if you find one, just kind of start working specific. Hey, JC, did you find the link?
Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the link's there. No problem.
I don't see the one for the owner's chat.
It's the VIBETRIBE community chat, right?
You do this.
Yeah, VIBETRIBE community chat.
Okay.
Just do the share, like the invitation that people can just click on and join.
Absolutely.
And while we're waiting on JC to do his wonderful wizardry there, I wanted to talk to you about that monkey mode versus wizard mode, because what I'm beginning to learn is when you get adept at this and have experience, Stephen, I think you want to give, like you said, the individual their power back, whether it's a child or an adult or, teenager or whatever. But I think once you've done it enough, like you have, obviously, since you're the inventor, and now that I'm starting to do it a lot, you can kind of step into that role as being that wizard where you're really listening to what's coming out of a person and bounce it back at them. Because what has happened a couple times with me is, people going, oh, well, I really don't know. I don't know what to pick. And you got to put the ball back in their court. You got to be that wizard and say to them, oh, no, you do know. And you have to trust yourself. And, with my daughter, you know how teenagers are, she's like, well, Dad, I really like it intense. And I'm like, but honey, just let me have a little bit of wizard mode here and trust me, try it a little more sensitive. If you're saying that you're feeling anxiety, you can't chill, you can't relax on the vibe, trust what I'm telling you with my experience. And you don't want to push it on them. That's the thing about wizard mode is you don't want to push it on them. You just want to make it a friendly, big smile suggestion. Oh, hey, it's great. It really works. This is what the inventor says. And, finally I was just going to say, finally, I convinced her to do that and it worked great for her.
And you're her dad. It's a whole different thing. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have any kids, haven't been married, but I did have a dog. And what I learned from my dog is
What
that
did your dog tell you?
My dog told me, I don't want you to heal me. I just want you to love me. My dog would never let me do any. She used to try to bite me and all this stuff. And every time I came to do all my weird energy stuff, but I'd take it to my friends, tongues hanging out, rolled over on her back, like everything. So that's it. Don't heal me, just love me.
Yeah, wizard mode, brother.
Okay, so this is it. Everybody, this is the WhatsApp group chat right here. This is at the last one that JC put through. The one above it is the YouTube playlist. If you save this, you can always use that link to all past episodes. And then the first link is the webinar registration link. So go ahead and I'll go ahead and before we guys click on that. Everybody that needs it. Is everybody good? Bueno?
Bueno.
Okay. And then I'm
Sí.
still trying to find myself out to the out to Arizona to do a talk with you guys out at People Unlimited. So I got the invitation. I am ecstatic to come do it. My schedule hasn't been able to align yet. It's realistically going to be into January, just because I'm going to be traveling in December. But thank you for that invitation, and I'm excited to come out and vibe with all you guys. Okay. Thanks for vibing with me.
Thank
See
you,
guys
sir.
next time.
Bye-bye.